going to be playing at least for this third game here. SuperMassive once more are going to be on the blue side here for this game, and Braum is also the first ban.
They haven't really had much success with Warzone during the group stage, but at the same time, like you said, maybe Levita does have a champ pool issue, and maybe the solution is bringing Warzone. I mean, they haven't, so clearly they trust in Levita.
Yeah, I really don't like this Lissandra pick. Ben, they really should first rotation the Lissandra, take away the Lissandra, get that engage, and make something happen.
Well, I think the bans is going to be the same here for SuperMassive. They banned TF Braum Ali every single game so far. No need to change that, as Saigon Jokers are still looking for a second ban. That's why they haven't locked it in just yet. It will be Graves taken away, and there's the twist of fate instantly.
So it looks like the reason that they supposedly don't care about Graves is actually they're not very comfortable playing with Graves. Like I said, SuperMassive has won both sides of the matchup now, which is really bad sign for a jungler. So I like the ban.
Oh, Poppy actually the last ban. So this adaptation for Saigon Jokers looks good as well.
Very smart.
Yep. Maokai's still up though.
And that's probably the obvious first pick you have to think. It's been, was first pick last game?
Oh, Echo's up.
We missed the Echo.
Never mind. No need to pick Maokai when you have Echo.
Okay, rip boys.
Echo has started losing games.
That is true. That is true. Echo did drop one game. It was in the mid lane.
one.
We'll see whether or not SuperMassive do that.
Oh, was he not lost the top lane Echo game?
Yeah.
No, I don't think he's lost top. He's only lost mid. And that's the only game he's lost in the entire tournament. So, look, Gragas does work in the top lane versus Echo, and maybe they'll try the Fizz again, maybe. I don't know. I think Trundle top is okay into Echo as well, but this is a huge power pick in the last game of the series, in the potentially last game of the series. Saigon Jokers have to be nervous.
Yeah, I think they were going to pick the Maokai, and Gragas, like, give Jinky his comfort pick and give the guarantee engage from the Maokai.
Well, already problems to look at though. I do like the picks from Saigon Jokers, but yeah, SuperMassive, it's really picking things up here.
Fantastic draft so far. Fantastic draft by SuperMassive. I mean, they've got too many options. Really, Saigon Jokers have shown that they're not proficient on every meta champ, and I mean they're banning themselves out with the Lissandra. They tried the Graves, and they have to ban that out too. So it's not like that. SuperMassive are only target banning. They're only removing power picks from Saigon Jokers. Saigon Jokers are removing picks from themselves. Yeah, and reactively banning away with stuff that's already beaten them. So it is tough here, certainly. Saigon Jokers feels like 3 games of red side's not helping their case either. No. Because SuperMassive opened up a power pick each time. But what is this lane here being built by Saigon Jokers? This is all in on Celebrity. I think we've seen that Trist does have the potential to carry, particularly late game once you get some items. Janna is just all in on the peel. We said that before the broadcast that all Tsu really wants to do is peel for Celebrity and let him carry. I mean, Janna is good for that. I think Janna is okay into Bard as well. I do think Bard wins the matchup, but it's not that bad that they should be getting double killed. Yeah, well, and they're responding by picking the Lulu, which amplifies Lucian's damage. Do it. Do it. Please. He has to do it, He has to. Game 3, I mean, just throw the kitchen sink at him. Yep, the whole pocket Velcro straight at him. It's Kindred Lulu, well, those last 2 picks for SuperMassive. So really good support crew here for the Lucian. And Echo is a little bit low on damage on the SuperMassive side. Achu does have to do a lot of work here. I'm sure Nari can pick it up if he goes for more of a carry-oriented Lulu build, which he probably will. I mean, Lulu Echo is a very strong combo. I mean, Echo already is so hard to kill, and then with Lulu, it's just unbearable, really. Lulu Lucian also okay, but I'm surprised that he didn't go the Azir. Maybe he was afraid of the Vel'Koz counter pick into the Azir. I don't know about the Lulu Vel'Koz matchup. I can't imagine it's that great for Lulu, but I mean, we don't even know if he's going to play Vel'Koz yet. Just do it, Levita. Yeah, please. Play the pocket Vel'Koz. Yep. It's locked in. We are going to get it. All right, here we go. We're going to melt some faces. Hopefully. I mean, Saigon Jokers need something here. Well, I was going to say, so far, they probably won't be melting any faces. We may be microwaving SuperMassive's dinner. I don't know. Well, again, something had to change. It's not Kassadin. You know what? Let's just let the casters do the talking, because Vel'Koz is here. We'll get Pulse and Froscoon in for game number 3.
Cheers, guys. And once again, another interesting draft, another game, another Vel'Koz coming out here.
Savage.
I know.
Can someone control that guy?
It's like, damn. But no, I'm excited to get into this one. Got Bardo coming out as well, if you've also just joined the stream. I don't know why Bard is the only champion who got changed.
No, it's not just Bard, it's also Master Yi.
What's Master Yi?
I have no idea, but someone told me. I was like, that's brilliant.
Okay, well, I need to find it out in the break.
It's not Master Yi-O.
It's not.
Just
well, just Bardo is just great. I'm just glad that's a thing. But Bardo's coming out. And yeah, Vel'Koz is the final pick. I mean, it's Levida's pocket pick, right? He usually picks it into his ear, but back up against the wall, and he just did it, so yeah.
And the nice thing about taking the Vel'Koz out, because obviously the issue with Vel'Koz is to put out his damage, disruption will just wreck him.
Yeah.
You have to think his ultimate is a channelable ability over a period of time. And if anything touches him or displaces him, it's going to cancel out a lot of that damage. He's very fragile, has to be a very long range. But he's got so much in front of him to give him that safety in that range. The fact that you have the two biggest disengaged champions in the game with Poppy Band and Janna and Gragas is pretty massive in creating a really nice zone for him to work in.
I mean, that's awesome, and like we're talking about all these really fun picks, but then when you look at the draft, it's like SuperMassive was just like, why can't I hold all of these amazing picks? Like, they just got everything. They got like Echo first rotation, but Lucian taken away from Celebrity, Kindred, Lulu. It's just like, let's just give them everything.
The biggest thing for me is the Lucian and Bard. We see this globally a lot, that Lucian and Bard have really cemented themselves as the premier 2v2 lane. Bard level 1, especially if he has that Ignite, it's pretty much 2 auto attacks, Cosmic Binding into an Ignite, and you will die. If the AD carry doesn't even need to be there for that one. Against the likes of Janna and Tristana, again, this is 6.7. Janna has seen some recent nerfs, in particular the flat damage that she gives on her shield has actually been touched, as well as the healing percentage, I think, on her ultimate. I'll have to double check on the Monsoon. It was tapped as well, so some some little love taps against the Janna to see her come out on this patch.
Very interesting, but when you look at the composition, it's just like all in on Celebrity. Let's go. Like Jinky, Ro, Ansu, all there to facilitate, and Levida, you do whatever you want to do. It's like, if you can go ham, yeah, great, but we're in on Celebrity.
Ooh, that voiceover.
Yeah, I know. 10
Look
out
at
of 10.
Sue.
Oh, look at the gold generation.
Oh, just
3
give me-
gold,
gives a-
8, 8, and 8.
That's worth.
That
That guy's
is-
rich now.
That is a lot of gold.
Puts the shield on, just rushes up. He's ready to play. My issue with Tristana is, yes, we've seen over this tournament that Tristana can have the potential to carry. She's still going to be that Tristana late game. It's about getting there. And if this series has told us anything, it's that SuperMassive do not wait. Once they have the lead, they will be so intuitive and just choking you out and smothering you, contesting every single objective. And so my concern for the Saigon Jokers is if they can survive long enough to get Celebrity to that point.
But this is yet another composition where it just takes so long to turn online. It's just like, finally they stop playing the Cassidy, but now they pick up another hard scaler, and Saigon haven't been able to get to that point because you're completely right for us. Like, SuperMassive, they'll make a play, they'll keep pushing, and Saigon are always so slow to react to that play that they're never able to get to the point where they're strong. And Dumbledore just going to rock up, walk into that jungle, put some damage down onto Jinky.
And we saw this last time the lane swap was initiated. Yes, it's an incredibly powerful 2v2 in Lucian and Bard, but it also unlocks Dumbledore in the lane swap to just cause havoc on this champion. He's actually getting in a very early back right now, so I'm curious where he's going to end up.
We've got
rushing bottom.
Stormage and Falcon just farming up the jungle. Yeah, he's
Where is
going
he
bot
going?
lane. He's going on a magical journey, Frost. That's what he's doing.
What is he doing on this journey?
I don't
Where
really
is he
know.
going? What is he thinking?
He should have portaled actually out of base going into bottom lane. You can do that really long portal along the side of the lane, but he didn't do that.
He's
so.
still level 1, that's why. He's only got the Cosmic Binding.
That sucks.
They want to kill someone. Oh no, they want the 2v2. Okay, so Lucian stays up top. Achu pushes the wave in. The response to the teleport from Ro comes out, so he's going to pick up the wave onto his tower and not lose a lot of CS. But it was SuperMassive saying, we expect Celebrity and Sue to lane swap against us. Let's try to predict it blindly. They don't. They go for the 2v2. Now gank on mid.
The classic level 2 guy from Jinky,
wow.
but he whips the E. Nari's going to take a bit of damage from the barrel, but Stormage, with no threat, he's going to counter gank, just put a bit of damage onto Jinky. It was just all on that E connecting.
Good blue suede shoes coming out of Nara. This guy's having a phenomenal series. Tournament, I mean, he was strong, but this guy, he's really showing up when the pressure counts.
For sure. And Levida, I mean, the pressure's on him to make this pocket pick work. It's just like, if you're going to bring the Vel'Koz out, you better do well.
My issue with Vel'Koz is that he's so mana reliant, and the thing is that he'll probably have to go into Athene's for his first itemization or slot, whereas that's not the most cost-efficient item. This time around, though, he's going for the double Doran's ring, so trying to get still recouping that mana regen, but also giving himself a little bit more survivability and sustain in lane.
Definitely a stopgap measure for now, that's for sure. Nara going back to base as well. Into that top lane, Faldrin getting his hands on this Echo as a first rotation. Ro finally gets his Maokai, but now it's into Echo, so Doesn't really feel good at all. So we'll see how that lane goes. But Echo, he has a lot of phases. He has more phases in that 1v1 where he's just straight up stronger than Ro. Ro has this small window where maybe if he finishes Spirit Visage, if he gets a farm differential advantage, or if he gets a kill, then he can start trading. But Dominoes, let's go for a magical journey. Connects the Q. And this should be the kill. One more auto attack trying to get in there, but Dojo is going to die in return. A 1-for-1 trade, but first blood to Naru.
Best case scenario there for Luvidia. So good job on picking up at least one kill and walking away with it. That said, first blood advantage still to Naru. He's got the, I'm not going to say kill pressure there because it's a Lulu, but he's still rather dominant in the lane phase. The big thing about Lulu that a lot of people overlook is, yeah, initially Vel'Koz should outrange Lulu, especially if he's using his geometry. But the thing is Lulu can help pick some back caster creep and then throw the Glitter Lance from there and outrange pretty much any champion anyway.
Ro farming up the top lane as well. And yeah, by the way, that was a Dojo roaming at level 2 with Bard into mid lane, flashing under tower.
I think
Took
I've
like
seen this
7
one
tower shots and was like, let's go. Standard Dojo play.
Casual.
Yep.
Here comes Jinky though.
Into the bot lane. I mean,
Spotted
Spotto's
by
is still
ward.
level 2. But he's going to be, yeah, he's spotted up as ward. So even if he goes over the wall, which, I mean, if he's not taking Dragon, he's obviously doing that. Passes back over the walls.
It's a really nice adjustment from SuperMassive's warding priority, although big trade going down.
Yeah,
More big
Celebrity.
trades.
And one more auto attack. There's a heal being forced out by Achu. And Su is being chased down. Dumbledore just relentless. Relentless meeps.
That was massive, though. So again, Janna and Tristana doing really well. I can't even talk. They just
No.
want to fight all the time.
Fight, fight, fight. All right, I think you're good.
No.
You got some time? No.
Go. No time. Here comes Jinky. Level 5, doesn't have cask available, but does have flash.
Okay. We have Calm Before the Storm.
Da-da-na. It's about the flash belly bop into a tornado.
Well, we just saw his
The chains
experience.
to see. Oh, he's going in.
So he's nowhere near level 6. The E, the flash, Achu's dropping low. One more auto attack. There we go. Celebrity picks up the kill. And now Celebrity actually having a good laning phase. And this is the first time we've actually seen him be ahead in any of these games in this series.
And reminder, Supermassive opted into this 2v2. Yes, Bard and Lucian are stronger, but Celebrity and Sue just doing so much work.
Uh-oh, this is not a situation that Levita wants to be in. And this time there's no tower to help him. Straight up, 3-man punish. And Vel'Koz is down.
And it's where these two teams are prioritizing their strength. Like you said, Celebrity, all cards in on him. But meanwhile,
Faldrin, he's just going in onto Ro. I mean, this is Echo Maokai, level 6 advantage, but Faldrin, he's trying to get a
gonna
couple
kill him.
more off. There's a Chrono Break.
Oh.
Ro out of the way of the flash, survives. Faldrin, he
The
still has
dive.
flash.
Hello?
He's got
Sir?
phase dive. I mean, he's got flash as well. Ro, dodge it. What? Faldrin, go in, doesn't go in, takes tower shot, takes a second one, and Ro survives.
frankly, just a little bit mismanaged there from Thaldrin, but good job on Ro to
Yeah.
have the confidence to stand there. Could be a possible dive, though. No Lamb's Respite for Kindred, and I think she's just up here to make sure that Jinky, oh no.
Here's the TP. Jinky knocks him into his side of the jungle, but Stomage is going to jump over the wall and peace out. Okay, so
I think
Faldrin will now back away.
Stomage was just there to make sure that the lane was reset and it didn't
Yeah.
get froze in front of the tower by Jinky. So they get the TP. They don't lose anything for it, so good job on Supermassive in the response.
Oh, the setup! Naru, he's dropping low! Disintegration Ray, and Naru at the very last tick has to pop his ultimate just in case the true damage takes him out.
And that's the big thing. It's the positioning of Naru when Vel'Koz drops that ultimate. Naturally, he has the wild growth, so he can get the displacement to knock Vel'Koz out of his big damaging spell. But because Levita is doing such a good job keeping Naru at bay, using his knock-up there, it meant that the wild growth had to be used in response as opposed to a counter.
Well, that is the setup that you can get as Vel'Koz, always picking up the kill there.
Gotta go crazy, Lulu. Gotta play in his face.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's got to land some real big ultimates in this game. Like, he's got to hit like 5 people, full channel, and just has to go ham. But Celebrity's also going to be carrying some of that burden, jumping in aggressively onto Achu, and Su will tank up some of this culling damage. But Celebrity jumps in, takes all of this, and now Domojo's, he's clearly not reading from the same page as Achu because he just walks in. But moving to this top lane, Faldrin and Stomage, and there's 1v2. But Ro, he's a honey badger right now. He just doesn't care. Okay, maybe he cares now. He'll be dying, and Kindred picks up that kill.
Almost trades 1-for-1 again, doing a good job fighting in the creep wave, both the Saigon Jokers. But here's Jinky for round 2.
Oh, round 5 maybe. So many times he's come into this bot lane, and Celebrity with the ultimate will pick up the kill. Another kill over to the Saigon Jokers.
Again, all cards in Celebrity's basket. They continuously are applying a pressure on his lane, getting him ahead. 2-0 right now, has a 10 CS advantage. He's starting to walk away with the lane. That said, on the other side of the map, Naru ahead as well as Faldrin.
Oh, Naru going in. Little Lance and the rest of his combo went for Frost Queen's Claim here as well as a first item.
That tasted purple.
It really did. Lavida.
Hello?
Oh, Jinky. He's in this jungle. Now Stomage is there as well, so they're good to go. Faldrin takes the top tower. Just being pressured all over the map.
The rest of the map is going to start collapsing around Saigon Jokers. And again, can they stall out long enough when SuperMassive get this mid-game power spike with the likes of Lulu, with the likes of Lucian, to get Tristana where Celebrity can be that massive force that they need him to be?
We're going full NA LCS right now.
I will remember you.
In mid lane, Lavida, there's the ultimate chunking down Naru, but Stormage is there and he's going to jump away and he just rides the wave.
Unfortunately, Jinky didn't have the flash to just get him that one extra Teemo farther to pop him back into the tower. That said, Stomage did also have Lamb's Respite, so even if he had gotten the cask, chances are Kindred would have been fine.
Yeah, it was a lose-lose situation. Sue finds Dumbledore, but Dumbledore, he's out of there. Stomage just taking away all of these camps, and they're just walking circles around Saigon Jokers once again. And you're so right, like, Celebrity is just going to be, I mean, okay, the composition is based around him, but it's all about Celebrity doing well. And just before that engage happened, I was saying we're going NALCS because that's a Gwynsu's Rage Blade on Celebrity.
Got
So,
the nice mixed damage as well as the attack speed. Good clear coming out of that item for Tristana. Oh no.
Ro, he's in this 1-on-2. I've seen
He's
this
got
before, but actually follows up onto
believe.
Stomage. I mean, there's the Lamb's Respite. Ro's going to drop low, and he's probably going to get bopped as soon as he comes out of it. Stomage, actually closer than I thought it was, but Dumbledore's coming up there as well. His fate is sealed, and Ro goes down.
But Ro's doing so much work. If you imagine if Jinky was just a part of that, a fair 2v2,
Yeah.
this poor guy has been in so many 2v1s.
Unfair, really. I mean, this is a gentleman's game right here, but
1v1 me at Baron, mate.
yep, they didn't read the manual, apparently, and this would be Rift Herald going down. Did manage to pick up the tower in the bottom lane. Celebrity is going to be very happy he picked up all of that gold, and he's just going to carry on pushing.
Someone needs to respond to this, though. Naru is on his way, so it will be a 2v2.
But Celebrity, he's charged up the Gwynsu's, and that's so much damage going on to Achu with just a couple auto attacks, but nice culling will poke him away, and with the rest of the team in pursuit, now is the time to leave from Celebrity.
Immediately you see the pings go down from SuperMassive. Mid tower, bot tower. Again, they're so good at identifying exactly where they need to be, never slowing down the pace of the game, continuing to siege, continuing to identify which tower they want. But a trap, this is actually an adaptation from Saigon Jokers.
Stomage, watch out, it's a trap. Jinky with the ultimate, and the ultimate actually coming in from Dumbledore. Will stall out, that's fine. Giving SuperMassive the time to come in there. Sue will be dropping. He's still alive. He gets the shield, and Stomage, he's onto Ro, but he goes down. The Velcro is coming up big, and good parallel convergence onto Ro will keep him locked up. Jinky's trying to put down some cover fire, but Ro should be dropping with Faldrin coming in. The triple prog, the Z drive resonance, and that is the kill going up. That is a 1-for-1 trade.
It's a 1-for-1 trade, but it was a 4v5, and it may not be over as Dumbledore is so deep. Forces the flash.
Okay. Celebrity had to flash away from that cosmic binding.
Again, big reminder, Achu wasn't in that team fight at all. So 1-for-1 trade on a numbers disadvantage for SuperMassive.
Naru pushing this mid tower as well and picks up that one. Like, SuperMassive, from everything that looks like an even trade, always just getting more. Like, even not having like a member there or just picking up a tower. They're just always getting something else.
It's because they do so much fantastic prep work before they go into these team fights, as Naru deletes him.
Welp. Yep, Celebrity's just dead. That is a lot of burst damage out from Naru. He's just going full damage.
Yeah, the thing is he's going second item Lichbane after a very cost-efficient Frost Queen's Claim, so got that Sheen proc. Goodbye.
Yeah. Celebrity not being able to survive against a Lulu mid lane is just a dark sign of things to come, I feel like, in this game. Already a 4,000 gold advantage. Stomage is going to take Dragon. Caretaker's Shrine was there as well from Dumble Doge.
But I want to introduce this concept of preparation, because it is kind of a bridge or a gap that we see in between the international wildcard teams.
Sure.
So the idea is we just kind of went into a dragon fight. Yes, they weren't fighting over the dragon, but they were fighting in the area. SuperMassive as a team will prep all of their waves. So all of their waves will at least be even or pushing when they go into the dragon fight, and they'll also always have triangle vision set down. The triangle vision is actually what the Saigon Jokers are standing on right now and trying to clear out. So they make sure that they have the information available in the area that they want to fight, that all of their waves are prepped. And the reason why they do this is when they go into that dragon fight and it's a possible 50-50, if they lose it, there's no way that the Saigon Jokers can take anything after it because the waves are pushing against. They have to just go and reset the map. They can't take a team fight and then run and take a mid-tier tower. Whereas SuperMassive, if they do win the dragon fight, as we saw last time, it immediately translates into an objective, and that's how they're chipping away and just snowballing these leads over the other regions.
I just straight up haven't seen that setup at all from Saigon, because usually they make these TP plays, but I've never seen them be able to execute a good TP play or like a good flank. And first game they couldn't really because they had the Fizz, but now with 2 tank games under Rose Belt, like they just haven't had that setup because SuperMassive have just been there faster and been better at that vision game.
So again, we've got a pressure point being created in the top side, so someone will need to respond with Aldrin. Neither of the TPs are available, which again is massive for Saigon Jokers because they really rely on the Maokai flank and Ro in particular as a player. Meanwhile, bottom side, continuing to just apply pressure, drag them around. Saigon Jokers have to cheat in between the mid lane and the bot lane, which is walking through SuperMassive's vision. So eventually, someone will make a mistake, and SuperMassive, with that information, are going to pull the trigger.
No, just into this mid lane. There's the magical journey. I mean, this is just no longer Jinky's jungle. Stomage is taking everything away. Actually used the ultimate to try and steal away
That's just
the
frustration.
Raptors. Yeah, I mean, I would be too if I was in Jinky's situation, honestly. But that wasn't even like a Kindred camp. Like the... now Ro walks into the jungle. He knows they're there. Cosmic Binding onto the wall and jumps back onto the Kindred. But with the rest of the team coming up there, what an ultimate from Dumble Doge. But this is a 2v5. And Lovita, another Cosmic Binding. Instant interrupt on the ultimate. Celebrity now called out. Run, Celebrities, the paparazzi. Get away from there. And he goes down. There is no running from that. And Stomage with another kill. 2-0. Faldrin, he's just in the base of Saigon Jokers at 16 minutes and is just going to walk away.
The triangle vision was set up. The preparation was there for SuperMassive. What happens? Ro tries to cheat in between the top and the mid lane, is caught up by the vision. They make a beautiful pick. Dumble Doge comes out massive on the Cosmic Binding to delay the Vel'Koz ultimate, and because the wave is set up, it immediately translates into 2 towers. This is the difference between the Saigon Jokers and SuperMassive, and this is why they're dominating this series.
And talking about momentum as well, SuperMassive, they're just making all these flashy, aggressive plays, and they're making it work because they're just going for these ballsy plays, and every single time, everything connects, every skill shot. Faldrin, oh, Jinky. I mean, flashes over the wall, parallel convergence, Faldrin with the chase down, but Rose there to protect. It's just constant plays, constant moves, constant trades, all just not working out for Saigon.
And we're closing in on close to a 10K gold difference at 17 minutes. It's about 7K right now, but so much freestanding gold.
Crushing. Really crushing. Lich Bane completed now from Naru. In the jungle, Stomage with that Hex Drinker. Like, they're just so far ahead in terms of item breakpoints.
And people talk about Lulu's damage output and how, you know, when you pick up Lulu, you have a low damage composition. Well, the thing is at 17 minutes, Lulu's still hitting like a truck, especially with the Lich Bane here. What's brilliant about it as well is that Kindred also got the good snowball, so 4-1 and 4. Typically, Kindred takes a little bit more ramp time just because of the RNG of finding her marks, making sure that she can stack up Sated Devour. But how SuperMassive's composition is bridging with their power spikes, they are so online right now. Yeah. And now it comes down to, can Saigon Jokers put the brakes on? Like, find the emergency brake, get that down, stall out for maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and then try to creep your way back into this game.
Do they even have the ability to stall, though? Like, you have Vel'Koz.
They have better wave clear this time with Vel'Koz.
Yes, yes, they do. I will admit that. But then they also have a bit of Gragas and Maokai. I mean, he's melee range.
But the scary thing is also SuperMassive have really good dive potential, as well as really good anti-dive potential. So the fact that you have Wild Growth, Tempered Fate, and Lamb's Respite, typically if someone's trying to dive onto you, that denies it a lot, but also if maybe you want to dive some inhib towers at 23 minutes.
Maybe. I mean, Faldron as well, even if he's the front line, he goes in there, he's got Chrono Break to survive. They have so many tools when they're sieging. Like, this is not necessarily like a traditional siege comp, you're not going to like a super long range, but they have poke as well, coming in from like the Lucian and Nara. I'd even like to see like a rapid fire cannon come out.
It's my favorite type of composition, and it's what I call a superficial tank composition, as we are going to contest this blue buff real quick, though.
Smite. I mean...
Nara got it.
I mean, that was nowhere close to be... it was actually Stomage who picked it up. Naro had his own blue
You're
buff.
right, because he's got the timer still.
Because 2 smites came down, and Jinky was 250 health away from getting that. I mean, that's just, you can feel the pressure that Saigon are under. And in the best of 5, losing 2 games back-to-back, like in crushing ways, you can just see it like weighing on their mind right now.
But again, to quickly touch back on the composition, like you said, the pseudo-tankiness that comes out of Echo, he's going to be doing more of a traditional bruiser build, but his ability to reset, regain that health back, the wild growth, Kindred with the Lamb's Respite, the Tempered Fate, they don't have that true Maokai, Gragas, super tank, but they just have all of these little tools. By our power combined, we create a tank line.
Yeah. They really have that by themselves, and as a team, Faldron has his ultimate, but in this 1 versus 3, I believe he should be going down. Phase dive, jumps away, catches him with the geometry, and there's a Q. There should be a kill coming out. Faldron goes down to Ro, but that was 3 people committed, and now everyone from SuperMassive are looking to converge on bot lane.
It was a kind of an uncharacteristic misstep from SuperMassive. The issue is with Faldron being so overextended, his team actually wasn't in a position to immediately capitalize on so many resources of Saigon Jokers being top lane.
Because right now, I mean, already Jinky's had the opportunity to go into the bot lane. Now they're trying to siege, but here's the TP.
Flank.
Just overextending here. And there's the magical journey. They're going so fast through that magical journey. They're just out. Achu is maybe called out by Ro, but...
He flashed.
Is that... Yeah.
No, he still has it.
No, he still has it. I think he just dashed.
Yep.
Stomage is in the mid lane, but Jinky can't catch him, doesn't have his ultimate. And it's like all the 3 kills are just like on the floor, and like Saigon just can't pick it up. It's so sad.
Just a messy room. There's like all these kills. They need to just pick it up, put it in the closet.
But they just can't. They just don't, because they're just like using all these resources on like 1 play. Because Faldron died right there, but that could have been like what? 2, 3 picks that could have been picked up there by Saigon Jokers if they had those resources.
Yeah, unable to pull the trigger as the SuperMassive now with so many flanking TPs gone. They're confident to be this far extended.
And they, I mean, hit the nail on the head really. And there's a rapid fire cannon out from Achu as well. So the continuous poke damage from like Nara and Achu over time will just start chunking down Saigon Jokers. There's a bit of damage onto the tower. They have 2 dragons as well, so they even have that going for them. So Tempered Fate onto 3 people. May go for this dive. There's a parallel convergence right into the stun onto 3 people. Levita as well is just getting chunked out. 2 people already down from Saigon Jokers, and everyone's just going to keep on living from SuperMassive. Look at all these abilities. 4-0, and Celebrity is the only one alive. SuperMassive with the mid lane turret pickup, and now they turn towards Baron.
Dumble Doge came up in spades there. What a gorgeous Tempered Fate to capture 3 people behind the tower. Let SuperMassive set up for that wonderful dive. We talked about so many anti-dive tools that they have with the Lamb's Respite. It's the tower, the team fight, the Baron, and possibly the game in series.
You know what I forgot about as well is the Tempered Fate into Parallel Convergence, and how damn strong that combo is, even under the inner tower at 22 minutes. SuperMassive are just... I want to say they're coming up SuperMassive, because in this series and in this game, they're just running circles around Saigon Jokers. It feels like there's nothing they can do, because out of champion status, it's like, oh, this should work, this is good, this should be okay in skirmishes, and we never see it in-game from Saigon Jokers. SuperMassive just seem to have them completely red.
And immediately they take the Baron, they reset the map, the ping goes down on the last standing inner turret in the bottom lane, so they know that this is going to be the easiest objective to siege. Baron is now being applied through all 3 waves. You have the TP available for Faldron, and this is going to be them sieging the bottom tier tower. If Saigon Jokers attempt to defend this, and SuperMassive will dive them, they'll lose the game. I think that they just have to give this one up.
I agree. Just try and turtle down inside of that base, and maybe they can fight an inhibitor turret, but yeah, this one, maybe they can, no. I mean, with the Baron minions as well.
Oh, Ro.
Jinky's going in, but Achu is just going to dash away. There's no team there. Ro's too far back, as you pointed out. And now Faldron's pushing up the top lane. He's just going to take that tower, re-engage once again onto Stone Mage, but he's got Lamtress Bite. There's another great ultimate out from Dumbledoes, keeping the threats down. Top lane is already dead.
I don't blame Jinky for trying to make the play there. He saw that there was a split second where SuperMassive weren't in perfect position. He tried to make the split second decision, pull the trigger. Ro just wasn't there to capitalize and follow up on CC. And Thaldron has won the 1v1, takes that tower, and SuperMassive looking for the second one.
I mean, you're right. In this situation, like, they have to find something to do, something.
They have to fight.
They have to fight. They have to go in. There's the Death Laser out from Levita, but doesn't claim anyone. Stone Mage, he's going to be backing away. Still has Lamstress Bite. Takes the Magical Journey back. Fadra now coming into this fight. There's the double kill out from Atru. Now the bottom inhibitor will be going down, and they'll rotate to top lane as well. That's being pinged out, and the world is honestly just SuperMassive's oyster because they're taking everything from Saigon Jokers. I'm not even sure if they can defend this.
This pretty much captures the series. Saigon Jokers' base is in ruins. It is only 25 minutes into this game. SuperMassive, clinical League of Legends. They just seem to be beating Saigon Jokers at every turn. The 5v5, the 3v3, the macro decision, the draft phase. They look so clean in this series.
We're looking for another clean sweep in the second semi-final here. This will be 2, 3, and 0s if SuperMassive manage to clean out this game. As the death cap completed by Naru. That's just like, I've won this game. I'm just going to go death cap and see if I can 100-0 Celebrity.
I just have to underline, Naru, again, has not died a single time throughout this entire series.
Wow.
4-0-8 right now.
Not a single death.
Watch him dive for the next
Yeah,
towers
it's like,
now.
come on, man. Like, 5,000 gold lead in that mid lane alone over Levita. And Levita tried. He tried as much as he could, but with this triple tank setup, or triple peel setup rather, onto Celebrity, simply not enough. There's not enough damage, and mid lane got ahead, jungle got ahead, top lane, it's a winning matchup. Faldron, of course, got ahead. Ro in this 1-on-1, which is now turned into a 2 versus 3, is still getting chunked out. Like, it's so difficult. And leaving up that Echo, I really feel was a big oversight, but at that point, Saigon, at least they got the Maokai right.
They put all their cards onto Celebrity, but like you said, the fact of the matter is, with the Echo available, with Naru playing so strong, the rest of the map collapsed around Celebrity. He wasn't able to compensate for his mid and top laner's performance.
This looks like this will be the final push, and the curtain's finally coming down on Saigon Jokers with all of these minion waves coming in, all of the minions flooding into these Nexus turrets. At this point, SuperMassive could just let the minions do the work. Great ultimate onto 2 people and the tower. Ro's getting chunked down. He's dead. Su is also down for the count. And now Jinky's trying to get back to base. Stone Mage, he's just going to chill in front of the Nexus towers and the fountain, trying to pick people up on the spawn pad. That's the clean ace. That's the Nexus going down. 3-0. SuperMassive clean sweep this series.
And as I said, Naru destroys his KDA for the series because he flashes onto Nexus turrets.
Come on, Naru.
I'm
Step it up.
disappointed. Now, congratulations to SuperMassive. What a phenomenal 3-0 against the Saigon Jokers, which means that they will be advancing to the finals across from Hard Random, another 3-0 over INTZ.
Yep.
So this looks to be explosive. We got the 2 strongest teams from the Wildcard regions competing for that final spot at MSI.
And I cannot wait for those grand finals. It should be incredibly interesting to watch. Both teams have shown their strengths, but yeah, I really want to watch that mid lane as well. Naru up against Kira should be a fun one to watch. But talking about this series as well, SuperMassive just absolutely destroyed Saigon Jokers. It didn't even seem like Saigon Jokers were even playing the same game.
They destroy them in so many different ways, and that's really why SuperMassive have established themselves, at least for me, as kind of like the team to beat in the tournament. Obviously, looking across from Hard Random, still a lot of respect given to those guys, but it's just their map play is so clean, their draft phase looked phenomenal, their 5v5 is super strong, and they seem to be able to play just super flexible.
Yeah.
The fact that they denied and took away so much strength from the Saigon Jokers and then executed better on it. And then when they get to play like their style where it's all their comfort champions, obviously Dumbledoge getting his hands on that Bard and just dunking on people all day, fabulous.
Yeah, their preparation in and out of game was just so good. Like, out of game, they knew what they wanted to do in picks and bans. Final game, pick up the Echo, deny the Maokai, deny Celebrity, put pressure on the support picks. In game, as you were mentioning, just setting up all those waves constantly and just choking out their opposition. So well played from that team. Anyway, we're going to send it now over to the analyst desk to break down that series.
Thank you very much. And an awesome series there. Another 3-0 in a semi-final. And what a final we have. But before we get there, let's finish breaking down the series and that last game there. Once again, I'm going to be joined by Carbon and Soul Strikes to end out the day. We've been through 2 semis now. This one, honestly, despite them both being sweeps, may be more one-sided because SuperMassive just look amazing.
Yeah, they were just a better team straight up, I think, in basically every role. Just a really strong performance out of them. I think that third game especially, they kind of just showing really hard random, kind of sending a message saying, look at all these different champs we can play. I haven't played a Lulu yet, but the Lulu was really good. I mean, solo killed Celebrity. Again, as Frost was saying, Naru didn't die throughout the whole series, really, but especially in that game on the Lulu, very impressive. Also pinging the Bard, I feel like that was a big message sent straight to Licrit, like, look, I can do that too. So I think that game sets up the final very well.
Yeah, and what an amazing performance that Tholdren had. His echo was just simply amazing, just unstoppable, just all over the place and just dominating.
You absolutely cannot give Tholdren echo. I mean, we saw the other day where he one-man carried, where he had the TP bot, and I think he was like 6-0 in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes or something like that, and basically all of SuperMassive was losing, and Tholdren just poured it through for them. You absolutely cannot give that man echo.
No, have to continue to credit Naru, though, just because there's an excellent series all over. We mentioned that stats-wise, he wasn't looking too hot, despite how well he was playing and what he was doing for his team. This game, still playing just as well, but the stats, apart from the dive into the fountain towards the end of it, through the series were just amazing. And for me, it is 3 different champions. It's really cool to see Naru decide to pick a bunch of different stuff and just perform on every single champ he picks.
Yeah, I mean, definitely done a lot to boost his KDA in that series. But look, on the one hand, he did play the Lissandra and the LeBlanc, which are the 2 champions he's basically been playing all group stage, or all tournament now. He hasn't played the Azir in that series, which I found interesting. Perhaps that was because he was afraid of the Vel'Koz counter pick, I'm not sure. But the Lulu was a big one for me, showing that they can play a Lulu comp and they can be very successful with it. I think that is going to be quite dangerous in the final.
Yeah, and playing that Lulu, it almost felt like he was playing an assassin Lulu, like blowing up Celebrity when he was playing the Tristana, and just didn't give any chance for Celebrity to the late game.
I think we've seen as well, definitely the rest of the team step up. On a team level, SuperMassive play excellent League of Legends, but I have to honestly give credit to the AD carry. I didn't think that Achu versus Celebrity was going to be quite the way it played out, but Achu held his ground well. Celebrity did have a surprisingly good series, but Achu actually impressed me this series. Like, super solid AD carry. Not amazing maybe, but maybe more than I thought.
Not flashy, but an absolute workhorse.
Yes.
Really, you don't see him. I mean, he did dash in at the very end there, but with a Lulu, it's a little bit safer. Yeah. But generally, you don't see him flying to the front line, trying to do his best Uzi impersonation, just like shooting everyone. But at the same time, he also does actually the same amount of damage share as what Celebrity does.
Yep.
But you just don't notice it. So I think Achu did have a very good series. I do think he was maybe outshone at least a little bit in the lane phase. There was the first game and the last game just then where they lost the 2v2. But that being said, he's obviously a great team fighting AD carry. Good in the mid game, late game. Not so much lane phase, but he's good when they siege, put it that way.
Yeah, I really like Achu because he knows that the team focus around Naru. That means Dumbledore is going to go on a journey and go mid lane, gank mid. So Achu's like, all I have to do is not die. Just not die. Well,
and that's what it was. And it was such an excellent game there. So we're going to have a look at the bracket now. And because we do have the final now set up, 3-0 for Hard Random over INTZ, 3-0 for SuperMassive versus Saigon Jokers. And that, of course, does leave the final for being Hard Random versus SuperMassive Esports. That will be on Sunday local time. So we've got a day's rest. So don't come in tomorrow nice and early and expect the stream to be on, but it will be there in a few days' time. We'll be bringing you all that coverage once again, and this should be quite a final. So with that, we are going to say good night. It's been an awesome tournament so far, but we still have more finals to go to. Thanks once again to everyone for joining it, and of course our wonderful analysts and casters for joining it. We are going to see you on Sunday, so see you in a few days' time, what should be a great end to the International Wildcard.